The Mental Edge, Mastering Trading Psychology. Chapter 1. The Hidden War in Your Mind. Trading success begins not with charts or indicators, but within the silent battlefield of your mind. Two powerful forces constantly clash as you trade: cold logic and primal emotion. Modern neuroscience reveals this conflict stems from our evolutionary wiring. The rational prefrontal cortex analyzes data methodically, while the amygdala triggers lightning-fast emotional responses designed for survival, not trading screens. Consider the true story of a seasoned portfolio manager we'll call David. In March 2020, as markets plunged during pandemic fears, David's carefully researched short positions began yielding massive profits. Then came the Fed's unprecedented intervention. Within hours, the market reversed violently. Instead of protecting gains, David froze. His body literally shook as he watched profits evaporate. Later, he admitted knowing he should exit but couldn't bring himself to click the mouse. This paralysis wasn't weakness. It was biology. Under extreme stress, the brain's emotional centers can literally override decision-making circuits. Understanding this changes everything. The best traders don't eliminate emotions. They train themselves to recognize and manage them. Start with this simple practice today. Before entering any trade, pause for 3 breaths. Notice physical sensations: tension in your hands, your breathing pattern, your heart rate. These bodily signals reveal your emotional state before your conscious mind does. Over time, you'll identify your personal stress indicators and learn to reset before they sabotage your decisions. Chapter 2. The Greed Paradox. Greed whispers seductively to every trader. It disguises itself as opportunity, as conviction, as the thrill of the win. But its true nature reveals itself in the aftermath: blown accounts, sleepless nights, and shattered discipline. The cryptocurrency boom of 2021 offers the perfect case study. Retail traders achieved unimaginable gains on meme coins and altcoins. Yet nearly all gave back every penny, often with interest. Why? Because early success created dangerous neurological patterns. Each win flooded their brains with dopamine, reinforcing reckless behavior. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward, until suddenly it wasn't. Professional traders approach profits differently. They implement mechanical scaling strategies, automatically taking partial profits at predetermined levels. More importantly, they journal not just their trades, but their emotional states during winning streaks. This creates crucial self-awareness when greed begins clouding judgment. The most insidious greed manifests not in holding winners too long, but in revenge, trading after losses. Missing a breakout hurts our brains almost as much as an actual loss, thanks to neural loss aversion circuits. The solution? Implement a mandatory 15-minute cooling off period after any missed opportunity. Use this time to walk away from screens, reset your nervous system, and regain perspective. Chapter 3. Fear and the Art of Strategic Losses. Fear shows up in trading as hesitation, as premature exits, as the gnawing doubt that erodes discipline. While greed encourages overtrading, fear leads to the opposite pathology: the inability to execute valid setups. Market veterans call it the walk-up phenomenon. A trader develops a sound strategy, tests it thoroughly, and begins live trading successfully. Then comes the inevitable losing streak. Suddenly, they skip entries. They second-guess signals. The strategy that worked in testing gets abandoned right when it's about to turn around. This self-sabotage stems from one of our brain's oldest survival mechanisms: negativity bias. Neuroscientific studies prove losses register with twice the intensity of equivalent gains. In prehistoric times, this kept us alive. In modern markets, it creates systematic underperformance. The solution lies in pre-commitment devices. Before trading any strategy, write and sign a contract with yourself, specifying the exact conditions for abandoning it. Typical criteria might include 20 consecutive losing trades or a 15% drawdown. Until these objective thresholds are met, you must take every valid signal without exception. Equally important is proper position sizing. When each trade risks only 1 to 2% of capital, the emotional barriers to execution diminish. Paradoxically, embracing small, strategic losses provides the key to overcoming fear. Every professional trader remembers the moment they realized the pain of a loss is temporary, but the lessons last forever. Chapter 4. The Ego Trap. The market cares nothing for your opinions, your analysis, or your self-image. This brutal truth separates consistently profitable traders from perpetual strugglers. Ego manifests in trading through confirmation bias, revenge trading, and the inability to admit mistakes. Watch how a bad trade typically progresses. A trader enters based on solid analysis. The market moves slightly against them. Instead of exiting, they seek analysts who agree with their position. As losses mount, they average down, determined to prove themselves right. The original thesis becomes a financial hill they're willing to die on. Ironically, research shows intellectually gifted individuals often make the worst traders. High IQ correlates with superior ability to rationalize losing positions. The smarter you are, the more creative your excuses for staying in bad trades. Break this cycle through systematic humility. Begin each trading session by stating aloud, "The market knows more than I do." After losses, verbally acknowledge, "I was wrong." These practices feel artificial initially, but rewire thought patterns over time. The most effective ego antidote is a trading partner who challenges your assumptions. Lacking that, write counterarguments to every trade thesis. Ask yourself, what would have to be true for this trade to fail spectacularly? The market rewards flexibility, not conviction. Chapter 5. The Process Mindset. Winning traders focus on what they can control, their process. Losing traders obsess over what they cannot control, short-term results. This fundamental distinction explains why two traders using identical strategies achieve radically different outcomes. The process mindset requires understanding probability at a visceral level. A good trade isn't one that makes money, but one that follows your trading plan perfectly. Conversely, a bad trade isn't one that loses, but one that violates your rules. This distinction seems academic until you experience a week where all your good trades lose and your bad trades win. Develop process orientation through rigorous journaling. For each trade, grade yourself on 3 criteria: entry execution, position sizing, and exit management. Record these grades separately from the trade's outcome. Over time, you'll notice your profitability increases as your process grades improve, regardless of individual trade results. Market randomness makes this difficult to internalize. You might experience 10 consecutive losing trades with perfect execution or 5 winning trades with terrible process. The human mind seeks patterns where none exist, creating dangerous illusions. Review your journal monthly rather than daily. Short-term results obscure the truth. Monthly reviews reveal the undeniable correlation between disciplined process and long-term profitability. When you truly embrace process over outcome, losing streaks become learning opportunities rather than catastrophes. Chapter 6. Training your trading attention. The digital trading environment bombards us with endless distractions, notifications, news flashes, constantly updating charts. Meanwhile, the most profitable trades often require sitting motionless for hours, waiting. Attention operates like a muscle. It weakens without exercise and strengthens with proper training. Stanford researchers found heavy multitaskers actually perform worse on attention tests than their peers. The constant context switching of modern trading creates a generation of traders physically incapable of the focus required to succeed. Rebuild your attention capacity through deliberate practice. Begin each session with 5 minutes, observing a single chart without touching your keyboard. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently return focus to the price action. This simple exercise trains the neural pathways needed for trading discipline. Structure your environment for concentration. Turn off non-essential notifications. Use website blockers during trading hours. Schedule specific times for news consumption rather than reacting to every headline. Recognize that focus is a finite resource depleted by unnecessary decisions. Implement small habits to reduce decision fatigue. Wear a uniform trading outfit. Eat the same breakfast each trading day. These seemingly trivial reductions preserve mental energy for the markets. In an era of infinite information, the ability to concentrate becomes the ultimate edge. Chapter 7. Building Mental Toughness. Trading stress cannot be avoided, but it can be transformed into an advantage. The military concept of stress inoculation, controlled exposure to build resilience, applies perfectly to trading. Begin by identifying your stress triggers. These typically include financial stress from losses, performance stress from drawdowns, and uncertainty stress from volatile markets. Once identified, expose yourself to these triggers in controlled doses. For financial stress, deliberately place small trades designed to lose. Observe your emotional response without judgment. For performance stress, review your worst historical trades without rationalizing. For uncertainty stress, trade without stops for fixed periods under strict capital controls. The goal isn't to eliminate stress responses, but to recalibrate them. Just as vaccines introduce weakened viruses to build immunity, stress inoculation uses controlled exposures to build psychological resilience. Physical conditioning directly impacts trading stress tolerance. High-intensity interval training 3 times weekly reduces cortisol levels and improves decision-making under pressure. Similarly, proper sleep hygiene maintains the prefrontal cortex's ability to regulate emotional responses. When major stress events occur, flash crashes, unexpected news, implement the REST protocol. Recognize the stress response. Exhale slowly. Survey options objectively. Take deliberate action. This framework prevents reflexive reactions during market turmoil. Chapter 8. The Confidence Balance. Confidence in trading exists on a knife's edge. Too little, and you hesitate on valid setups. Too much, and you ignore warning signs. The most dangerous overconfidence follows winning streaks, when traders attribute results to skill rather than luck or favorable conditions. Neurologically, overconfidence stems from dopamine reinforcement. Each winning trade delivers a chemical reward that subconsciously reinforces preceding behavior. After consecutive wins, traders take larger positions, loosen stops, and deviate from strategies, precisely when risk is highest. Combat this with mandatory cooling-off periods after 3 consecutive wins. Step away from markets for the day. Review each win dispassionately. Ask, did I follow my rules perfectly? Did the market give me unusual advantage? Conduct pre-mortem analyses. Before entering any trade, imagine it has failed spectacularly. Write down all possible reasons why. This counteracts the brain's natural optimism when money is at stake. True confidence comes from process validation, not recent results. The professional trader feels confident because they know their edge exists statistically over hundreds of trades, not because their last 3 trades won. Maintain a running tally of your strategy's expected value to ground confidence in math rather than emotion. Chapter 9. Developing Trading Intuition. The human brain excels at pattern recognition, often detecting signals before conscious awareness. In trading, this manifests as gut feelings that frequently prove accurate. However, untrained intuition detects false patterns as easily as real ones. Develop reliable intuition through deliberate practice. Spend 20 minutes daily reviewing historical charts without indicators. Pause at random points and predict the next candle's direction. Keep score of your accuracy. The key lies in immediate feedback. After each prediction, view the actual next candle and analyze why your intuition was right or wrong. Look for recurring scenarios where your gut proves accurate. Most traders discover their intuition works best in specific conditions matching their experience. Avoid seeing patterns in randomness. The brain naturally imposes order on chaos, seeing trends in random walks. Counteract this by reviewing randomly generated charts alongside real ones. Train yourself to recognize the difference. As intuition improves, document your feel for the market each morning before viewing analysis. Record these impressions and review them weekly. You'll identify which intuitive signals correlate with accuracy and which stem from bias. The best traders combine systematic analysis with honed intuition. They use indicators to confirm what their gut suggests and their gut to question what indicators show. This balance separates competent traders from exceptional ones. Chapter 10. Becoming a Trader. Your trading results reflect your identity more than your strategy. Traders who see themselves as students maintain growth mindsets during drawdowns. Those who identify as geniuses crumble at the first challenge. Craft your trader identity deliberately. Write a detailed description of your ideal trading self. Include not just behaviors, but underlying beliefs. How does this version of you interpret losses? What rituals anchor their trading day? How do they speak to themselves during difficult periods? Act as if you already are this trader. Research shows adopting external behaviors accelerates internal transformation. If your ideal trader remains calm during volatility, practice measured breathing during market swings. If they review trades dispassionately, adopt their analytical tone in your journal. Language shapes identity. Eliminate phrases like, "I'm unlucky," or "the market is against me." These reinforce victim mentalities. Replace them with, "I choose to learn from this," and "the market offers what it always does, opportunity and risk." Surround yourself with reminders of your trader identity. Create a vision board with images representing your trading goals. Record yourself reading your trader identity statement and listen daily. The subconscious mind absorbs these repeated messages, gradually aligning your automatic behaviors with your aspirations. Trading mastery isn't about finding the perfect strategy, but becoming the person who can execute any good strategy consistently. Your identity determines your habits determine your actions, and your actions determine your results. Change who you are as a trader, and your account balance will follow. The path forward. Trading psychology isn't a separate element from trading success. It's the foundation. The strategies you employ matter far less than your ability to execute them under pressure. You now possess the mental tools used by elite traders worldwide. The real work begins today. Knowledge unapplied is worthless. Select one chapter each week to implement deeply. Track your progress. Note your resistances. The path to trading mastery isn't linear, but each step forward compounds over time. The market will test everything you've learned. It will tempt your greed, trigger your fears, and challenge your identity. These tests aren't obstacles. They're the training ground where psychological edges are forged. You now have everything needed to succeed. The charts are waiting. Your future self is watching. Begin.